The creation of modern nuclear energy is the practice of using the exothermic processes of nuclear decay, fusion, and fission. These heat-generating processes are used to heat water. The resulting steam spins a turbine and generates large amounts of power that gets brought to the power grid to power our cities and towns. Nuclear energy is one of, if not the cleanest way to generate large amounts of energy to power cities and countries. Though many people doubt nuclear energy, many countries are already showing support for its extreme usefulness and cleanliness. The United States has recently begun to implement it, and it makes up 20% of our energy, but it has the potential to power the entire nation. We know this because France has over 75% of its energy generated by nuclear power plants, and many European countries are beginning to integrate nuclear into their energy systems. The dangers of nuclear are real but manageable, and one of the looming issues is the radioactive waste being put out by plants. Unfortunately, much of this waste is not safe to access for hundreds to sometimes thousands of years. In the energy industry, radioactive material not safe to access is commonly abbreviated to being called hot material. This hot material must be sealed away as it is a danger to public health, but the waste output is relatively low. As of 2013, the amount of waste produced by the world's nuclear energy plants could be stored on the playing area of a single football field. In addition to this, there are reactors, called fourth-generation reactors, that are able to use the waste of the previous generation reactors as fuel to generate even more energy. This information would lead us to believe that nuclear energy is safe, at least safer than using coal and other sources, but many people are still afraid of going nuclear, and there are two main reasons for this: an association with nuclear bombs and a fear of reactor failure spreading radiation across the land. The first issue is simply dispelled, as there are few similarities other than name between nuclear energy and nuclear weapons, but a fear of radiation spreading and hurting the Earth and its population is a very scary thing. Fortunately, we can rest easy, as the amount of safeguards that are implemented are immense, and research, simulation, and experience have produced great amounts of information that help those who create nuclear reactors make some of the safest structures on the planet. Unfortunately, our country and many others use coal as their main means of creating mass amounts of energy, and while the process to create nuclear energy creates no carbon dioxide, there is also a drastic difference in the mortality rate of producing coal energy versus nuclear energy. For every trillion kilowatt hours of energy produced by nuclear plants, 90 people die. For every trillion kilowatt hours of energy produced by coal, 170,000 people die. For every one person that dies due to the process of nuclear energy, an average of over 1,800 would die producing coal energy. With so many countries using coal as an energy source, the amount of damage being done is huge. Is this even ethical? Is it humane to produce energy with coal when we have the capability to use a clean energy source? Let's learn the dangers of the energy sources around us, and let's find a better way to power the growing world.